Hi, welcome back. I am very excited about today's video. I have been testing this brand for about a week and a half. This came in before Thanksgiving, and every opportunity I have had to try this brand, I have been wearing it so I can provide you with adequate feedback. I don't like to do first impressions. I like to really get the nitty-gritty and wear stuff for a while. So we're talking about Jones Road Beauty today, which if you haven't heard of, which I know some of you have not, this is Bobbi Brown's new makeup line. So Bobbi Brown left Bobbi Brown Cosmetics quite a while ago. I think it says on the Jones Road website, and she started this endeavor of a new company, and here it is. It's called Jones Road. I've always been a fan of Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. I think even with the evolution of the company, they still, compared to other brands, try to stick with a very traditional approach to makeup. I love their cream eyeshadow sticks. I love the art sticks. I really like the multi-purpose stuff. And so that's why I was really excited to explore this brand, because it seems that that is the route that she or they are taking. So this line is pretty fresh. It's brand new, and there are not a ton of releases yet, although I do follow them on social media, and it seems that they are working on actual complexion products for 2021. So, I'll be following up with that stat. Normally, I don't read about me sections when I do reviews, but since this is such a new company, I wanted to read just kind of like the philosophy. It says, Jones Road was founded by makeup artist Bobbi Brown on the philosophy that the world doesn't need more beauty products. It needs better beauty products, clean, strategic, high-grade formulations that work on every skin type and tone, and that are as simple to use as they are to master. So when you take a look at this brand, you're going to notice it's very simple, it's very minimal. Right now, something I could compare it to as far as coverage and application and similar products would be kind of like a Glossier brand. Not saying that they're the same, but just to give you a comparison on the style or the vibe. Now, Jones Road does classify themselves as a cleaner or clean beauty cosmetic line. I know some of you get down with that. I know some of you don't believe in that. I really have no opinion. I personally think it's great that they want to, I think every approach has to start somewhere. Every good initiative has to start somewhere. I really don't see the issue with removing certain ingredients and calling yourself a clean makeup brand. I know some people think that it's a marketing scheme, but trust me, the beauty industry has pulled far worse marketing schemes than listing themselves as clean beauty or marketing themselves as clean beauty. So it says there's no phthalates, sulfates, petroleum, PEG, silicones, EDTA or BPA, and then among many others. We follow guidelines even more stringent than those of the EU to eliminate over 2,700 potentially harmful ingredients from our formulas. Yada, yada, yada. So now that all of that is out of the way, let's talk about the products. I purchased every product available except for the sparkle washes. Those were sold out or they hadn't released them yet. I can't remember, but I have every single thing to talk about except those. Packaging is very minimal. We have this very, very faint beigey kind of pink box. This is what literally all of the boxes will look like that the products come in. And then your standard just black Jones Road print. Really like the packaging. I'm very minimal anyways. The first product I want to talk about is what I feel like has really created buzz around the brand so far, and it's her Miracle Balm. So this is a multi-purpose balm. It comes in, I think, 4 or 5 shades. Let's see. Yeah, it comes in 4 shades, and it says Miracle Balm is the secret of no makeup, a wash of soft focused moisture to perfect and enhance the skin, a light reflecting super product that's as versatile as it is simple to use. Wear Miracle Balm alone or layer on top of foundation for an instant fresh look. So 4 shades in this. I got the shade Tawny, which I know you're looking at it right now and you're like, These are incredibly, when I say incredibly sheer, I mean it. So the other shades were Au Naturel, which is Bobbi Brown describes as a clear tone. And then I really wanted Dusty Rose. I kind of beat myself up over this because I had it in my cart to purchase, and then the next day when I went to purchase, they were sold out of it. So Dusty Rose reminds me a lot of Tawny, just slightly lighter. Tawny, which is the shade I have, and then Bronze. So as far as I know, all of these shades can be used on like any skin tone. It just kind of depends on how fair you are and how dark you are that the actual pigment is going to show up. So Tawny is this really lovely, what I like to call like a hybrid between like a blush and a bronzer. And I started out trying this by itself on my bare skin, and I was fully aware ordering this that it's probably not going to be the best to wear by itself with my skin tone because I am pretty fair. And I think Bobbi Brown even said if you're more on the fair side with red or pink in your skin, probably want to avoid this one to wear like all over the skin. I definitely agree. It's not for me to wear by itself. I could probably get away with the Au Naturel one, but yeah, as far as the Tawny shade goes, the way I love using this is on top of a foundation or a tinted moisturizer. So today I have a little bit of the Trini London BFF cream on with a slight bit of Bare Minerals powder on top of that, and then the Miracle Balm on my cheek area. And this is one of those products that I always talk about that will bring life back to your skin. So I often talk about if you use a lot of matte products, or if you use a lot of powders, powder foundations, and you find yourself looking flat, this is something really good to have in your collection that just adds a great skin-like finish or hyper-realistic finish to your makeup or to your final look. Now, when using this product, it is important that you do something that they refer to as breaking the seal. And this is kind of like a very balmy, waxy texture. When you get it in, it's really hard. And so you can see the indentations I've made in this one. You're gonna wanna take your finger and just kind of break that top seal to ensure you're getting the proper texture when you're applying, and also the proper pigment. And I definitely agree, if I wouldn't have done that, I probably would have been like, what the hell am I putting on my face right now? So in conclusion on this guy right here, I truly have been enjoying this as a topper. It is so beautiful. I even apply a little bit to my lips. I have like a tad bit on my lips today. I also really like the shade. I was very worried about getting this color, but I'm actually very pleased that I did, because it adds just this lovely hint of this bronzy rose tone to my cheeks and my lips. And like I said, I pop it on and it immediately highlights my skin, but not in a metallic way, not in a shimmery way. So if you have mature skin, this would be a wonderful multi-purpose kind of highlighter blush combo product. So moving along, I actually only have 5 other products to talk about, and 4 of them I got in a set, which I noticed is no longer available on the Jones Road Beauty website. So I don't know if they just removed the set. I noticed that there is a similar set available, but not identical to what I got. Nonetheless, these products should be, most of them should be available for purchase individually. So I think what I want to talk about next is the eyeshadows. These are the Just a Sec eyeshadows, and I think mine is in the shade Golden Peach. Yep, Golden Peach. And like I said, I got this kind of in like a little combo set. These are pretty interesting. They border, it's like a 50-50 mix of a cream and a powder shadow. Definitely something that you can just apply with your finger and swipe over the lid. A one and done shade, I know that tag's like been really popular. This is definitely going to fall under that category. I have kind of mixed feelings on this product. I don't find it to be the longest wearing on my eyes. I've only had this on my eyes for a couple of hours now, and I do experience, it almost seems like 9 out of the 10 times that I've worn it, or most days that I've worn it, I will experience some creasing on my lids. Now, most of you know I don't wear eyeshadow primer, and it's not really a big deal to me because this is such a simple, like faint color. But I do just want you to be aware of that. It also seems like the more I build up on the lid, the quicker it will crease. So I try just to get one good swipe in and then leave it alone, because I find that it wears the longest and the best on me that way. As far as the color goes, it's kind of like that classic soft shimmer that everyone wants on their eyes every now and then for a nice little pop. Very easy to apply, like I said. The formula is just so interesting. It reminds me of the old school Maybelline bouncy blushes, if you guys remember those. That's definitely a similar texture, because when you press on it, it makes an indentation, but it doesn't quite feel 100% like, let's say, a Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. It's not as creamy in that way. So, I mean, truly, I think the set that they have available on the website now comes with 2 of these. I think they're worth a shot, especially if you're someone that doesn't want to fool around with a ton of eyeshadow, because they are quick to apply and you do notice them. You do notice them on the eyes. I would just be wary, maybe if the creasing bothers you, definitely apply an eyeshadow primer prior to. All right, I'm gonna knock this little guy out right now because I don't see it anywhere on the Jones Road Beauty website. It came in the set that I purchased, but I don't even see it available for individual purchase, so I don't know if it's going to be available. I don't know if it's just sold out. I don't know what's going on, but I do want to talk about it because it was in the set, and it's just called the Best Eyeshadow. It's a classic dark brown eyeshadow. Literally, the shade is called dark brown, and I would describe it as that. It is a very classic powder eyeshadow. It's not too pigmented, but it's not bland, it's not streaky. It's kind of like that perfect combo. Oftentimes I talk about how I don't really like powder eyeshadows that are so buttery pigmented that you like you have to be careful when you tap your brush in it. This is not one of those. I've actually been using a little bit for my eyebrows, to fill in my eyebrows. Definitely a great shade to just really lightly smudge. You can work with it. You can very easily build this up. You can go from a very like soft, sheer, hazy brown to an intense chocolatey brown on the eyes. So I don't really want to spend a ton of time on this because I don't know if it's going to be available. I would assume that at some point it's going to be available, but right now I don't see it anywhere on the website. And I just feel like, you know, most of you probably want to move on to the other stuff anyways. It's a classic brown eyeshadow. This is the Jones Road Best Eye Pencil, or Best Pencil. Yeah, Best Pencil in the shade Black. This is, even the way it looks, I was very suspicious when I got this in because it looks just like the Makeup Forever Artist Pencils, which I love. I love the versatility of those. The Artist Pencils you can use on your eyes, face, lips, basically wherever. It looks like it, but formula wise, it's not 100% like it. Obviously, this was made for the eyes. I don't believe you are supposed to use this anywhere else. If I'm wrong, I will put a disclaimer down below. But this is a classic, again, a very classic product. It very much reminds me of a hybrid of Charlotte Tilbury's classic powder eye pencil, which you know I love, mixed with the Makeup Forever Artist pencils. It's not as powdery as the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's not as gel-like as the Artist pencils. So it's kind of like this hybrid. It's very easy to smudge. I've really been enjoying wearing this by itself, which is random because I normally don't just wear eyeliner and then mascara, but this blends into my lash line so well, and I can create such like a soft, hazy effect with it. It really just makes my lash bed or my lash line look a lot fuller with little to no effort. So I would definitely say that I have been enjoying this product. I feel like eyeliners, you know, they're not the most exciting product, but generally it's something that we always use in our collection, and it pairs perfectly with that eyeshadow I talked about. Actually, both of the eyeshadows. I'm wearing it with both of the eyeshadows today. And yeah, just a good classic pencil to have on hand. No complaints with it. Longevity wise, it's not going to last you like an Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil, but it's definitely longer wearing than like my Charlotte Tilbury Perfect Powder pencil. That one tends to fade really quickly, even though it's easy to apply. I would say this one's somewhere in between. I definitely like after a good workout, it's definitely not staying on. But just for daily wear, I haven't experienced any problems with it. Okay, just a couple of other products to touch on now. I did purchase the mascara because it looked right up my alley. It looked like my jam. It's definitely one of the traditional mascara haired brushes, like the natural fibers. Definitely not a dry mascara right off the bat, but I do think in a couple of weeks it'll be, I personally love a dry mascara formula. I guess I should put that disclaimer out there. But I think once it dries up a little bit, I'm gonna like it even more. So right now, it's performing pretty good for my lashes, which are short, straight. I don't generally get a lot of length, a lot of volume out of mascaras. I tend to avoid rubber bristle mascaras, really skinny mascara brushes, and really wet mascara formulas. Those tend to clump on me like immediately. And this doesn't fit into any of those categories. It's definitely got like that curled kind of scoop wand on it, if you will, and I've really had no issues with it. Like I said, I think I will like it even more once it dries out a bit. I think I'll be able to layer it a bit more. No clumping thus far. Pretty solid mascara as far as a good combo of length and volume. I wouldn't say it's 100% lengthening, wouldn't say it's 100% volumizing. It's kind of like a 50-50 of both. And yeah, I mean, it's just like if you like a classic mascara, classic seems to be the name of the game with this brand. I have no complaints with it. And finally, we have the Cool Gloss, and mine came in a set. You weren't able to pick your shade, so I just got the clear one, which I kind of thought to myself, okay, my all-time favorite clear gloss is Glossier, just Glossier's clear gloss formula. That to me cannot be beat. And when compared to the Jones Road formula, the Jones Road formula definitely to me feels a little bit more like a lip oil. It's not as glossy, it's not as high shine as, let's say, the Glossier clear lip gloss that I was just referring to. This definitely feels more like an oil on the lips, and I believe if you do read the description, it says it's a gloss oil hybrid, so it is very comfortable in that sense. It also, in the name, it says Cool Gloss. It has a cooling effect on the lips. It has a very minty feel, not a stinging, not a plumping. You definitely don't get that sensation when applying it, but you will notice that the mint is there, and especially in the colder weather, I think, you know, you'll notice it more on your lips. I love the smell of it. It smells like a York peppermint patty, which I loved before I was pregnant, but no joke, I could like down a bag in 2 seconds. But it does smell minty. It, like I said, it smells pretty sweet, minty, kind of like a peppermint patty. And yeah, it's just one of those glosses that if you're into clear gloss, I think you'll like it. It's not sticky, but it's not super high shine. It's not ultra glossy. So if you're into that, probably not going to be up your alley. It really is just kind of one of those, you know, old school tube glosses, but smells better, feels a little bit better on the lips. It's not uncomfortable. So yeah, it's hard to really gauge this because there are so many gloss formulas on the market, but let's just stick with Supernatural Gloss Oil Hybrid. All right, so let's break this down and get some final thoughts going here. Overall, I'm really excited to see where this brand goes. I'm excited to see the expansions that they make. I do want to address just something casually off the top of my head here. The pricing is pretty significant. I mean, it is closer to what you'd expect from a Bobbi Brown, traditional like Bobbi Brown cosmetic line. I mean, the Just a Sec eyeshadows, the little tiny pots, those are $26. And I know a lot of y'all are gonna come for me and you're gonna be like, you use $29, you know, Bobbi Brown eyeshadow sticks and $29 Laura Mercier Caviar eyeshadow sticks, so what's the problem? The problem for me is that those are worth every damn penny. Those are so versatile. I can create so many different looks with those. With the Just a Sec eyeshadows, it's really like that quick swipe or quick wash of color on the eyes and I'm done. And so for that reason, I can think of a couple other formulas that I could go pick up at the drugstore that are gonna give me a very similar finish. ColourPop Super Shock Shadows, in comparison, if I wanna compare a formula, I would definitely compare the formula to the ColourPop ones, that kind of cream slash powder hybrid. The Revlon Color Stay cream eyeshadows, the Maybelline tattoo eyeshadows, all of those are really gonna give you a similar finish. Again, mascaras around the $26 range. Most of you know I don't really splurge on high-end mascaras. That's kind of been my thing for the past couple years. I really just try to stick with drugstore formulas because honestly, at the end of the day, I've never noticed a huge difference in my drugstore mascaras and my high-end. Miracle Balm's $38. That is something that I think will last you for a really long time. It's something that I can see myself using daily, so I can justify that one a little bit more. And then the eye pencil, $22 as well. My Maybelline Line Express is gonna give me a similar result. Probably not as long wearing, but just off the top of my head quickly, I feel like I can dupe all of these products. So that's kind of where I'm left here. I am excited to see an expansion. Like I said, very rarely does every single product from one launch work for me. Very rarely is every single product like a super standout product. These are very classic, like the brand describes. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's gonna take your experimentation to see which ones are worth it for you price-wise, which ones are worth it for you formula-wise. Overall, you're gonna see these products pop in and out of videos, pop in and out on Instagram. I like this simplistic vibe. I really had no issues application-wise with any of them. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions for me, leave them down below. If you've already purchased some Jones Road products, let me know your thoughts as well. And yeah, we'll just see what they pop out with in 2021 and continue on from there. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.